Hey crew, it's Craig here, and what a time to be alive. I've been out driving and listening to David Bayer in the car, and I was also listening to him as I was cooking dinner tonight, and there's just a few insights that I wanted to share from that recording and what I've picked up. The way that I've lived my life has been a lot of stories going on in my head. I'm turning 53 this year, and I'm only just starting to realize how many lies my head has tried to tell me over the years. And now that I've come to this understanding that they are nothing but untruths, and by reframing what's going on in my head, I can now raise my energy, vibration, and frequency to live a life that is just... I'm pinching myself at the moment because I genuinely feel blessed, not in a religious sense, in a spiritual sense, to have finally arrived, and now in a position where I can share the struggles that I've been through. And hopefully, if there's other dudes out there that have gone through some stuff and are not finding a way out or think there's no way out, let me tell you, there is. I've gone through a lot of pain in my life. And I would say 99.9% of it has been caused by myself because of what's been going on in my head. And that's it. All the lies have just led me into pain. And now, based on my understanding, based on years of trying to really develop who I am, but falling short, it seems the universe is aligning with who I am, where I am, and I can say quite confidently that the personal development industry, I believe, is actually something that a lot of people can benefit from. And why do I say that? Because over the years I've tried to follow certain things and certain people, whether it was Tony Robbins or going back to the 90s, there was in the early 2000s, I tried to do a lot of stuff. I was not in the headspace to pick it up and run with it. I would do something for a little while and then I would drop it a little while later, shiny new toy, play with it, give it away, and I'm done. Nothing would stick. I feel like now that everything that I have taken in over the years is now just filtering through, and it's hitting me like a ton of bricks, and I'm embracing it. So there's a couple of things there. Once you make that decision to go, you know what, my life needs to change and I want it to change for the better, then you go with it and you don't look back. You do, because you got to learn from the things that were there in the past, and you have to understand when they come up that they are just signs of the past that are just part of the wave that's coming with you, but at the same time they're also falling away because all the new ways of thinking are being positioned in front of you. So what I come to here tonight and wanted to share with you is that the lies that we've been telling ourselves are just that. Like, I would turn up to a new role in a job and be brave and confident for the first few weeks, going, yes, I've landed and I'm making my mark. And then slowly but surely, the little gnawing thing in my head would turn around and go, no, you're an imposter, you're going to fail, and you're already starting to. And sure enough, the cracks would start to appear, and I would look for things. I would look for things on the outside to say, clearly I've made the wrong decision because of this is happening in my outside world. When really on the inside, it was nothing but what was going on in my head. And now I'm out on my own. I'm starting an agency, and it is taking off at a rate of knots. And it's all down to my own self-belief that I can do this, and I am doing it. I believe in a higher power. And again, I'll get to more of that later in a few videos. But my higher power is there as a source of inspiration and trust, in that if I take the next right action, then I will be shown and delivered experiences that align to that. The point of that is that if I'm if I'm listening to the lies in my head, then that's what will happen eventually in my real world. But if I turn those lies around and go, what's the opposite of that lie? And so, for example, I'm not good enough at my job and that it's about to implode on itself. How about I am good at what I do and it's only going to succeed further? And that's where it's at right now. I have lost that imposter syndrome and it is such a refreshing feeling. It gives me energy. Speaking of which, there is a theme and a vibe coming up which is going to rework this channel, and it's going to be around a 180-day experiment, and I would love for other people to come on this journey with me and we can track what happens over the 180 days. Personal experiment, it's putting into play everything that I have learned over the years and condenses all that down into a framework that I can share and have other people come along. Free, no little things to sign up for, pay for at the end of it. That's not me. Other people in YouTube and wherever else will do that, but no, I'm here to give it away for free because that's being of service to other people, and that's what I'm all about these days. On the lying thing, and the opposite is what the actual truth is. And so if you believe that lie with so much feeling and intensity, then that is the pain that lie is putting you in. And it's usually the weight of the lie. So if you feel that bad about it, it's actually telling you that is a lie. Whereas if it was like, okay, I was handed $5 extra by the cashier and I didn't tell them about it, you're lying to yourself, but you don't feel so bad about it. So it's okay, that's not so bad in the grand scheme of things. But let's say you're at work, and again, the imposter syndrome, and you feel it within your bones, even after you've landed that role and you know you should be there, but something kicks in. The gravity of how you feel is actually the weight of what the truth is, and that is you belong there, and the lies have just, you've got to turn them around. It works, it really does. Your vibration, your energy, your frequency, it increases. And those signals go out to the universe, to the world, to the people around you, and your interactions change. The way that I have interacted with people lately is just chalk and cheese to where I was only a few months ago. I was an introvert. I wouldn't want to go out. I wouldn't know how to hold conversations. I didn't feel like I had anything to offer in a conversation. Now, it's not anything to do with me. It's all about that other person. What's going on in their world? How can I make them feel better? How can I help them? What's of interest to them? What can I learn about them? And when you have that curiosity, it takes away it's all about me and I want to make sure that I feel okay. Whatever, I feel okay. So the more curious you become about other people in those circumstances, the greater you feel that level of energy of life's good. A lot of rambling tonight. Main takeaway is that, the lies that you have sitting in your head, especially if you're a dude over 50, have struggled most of your life and feel like there's no way out, those lies will disappear if you take action. You've just got to have the belief. You've got to have the energy, and you've got to have the consistency, because the more you do it regularly, the easier it becomes. You level up. Like, I'm a gamer, right? I've been gaming ever since I was a kid. And so the idea of gaming for people that game is to level up. You get better at it purely by practice. Sports is exactly the same thing. Man, I used to watch Parramatta Eels with my team in the NRL, and because of the way they play, not so much anymore. Carlton here in Melbourne in the AFL. But the analogy is that it's just like sports. The idea is to win, you've got to practice and you've got to be consistent. Kind of like anything in life, really. You want to get better, you just got to be consistent at it. You can't just go at it for a couple of weeks, get a feel for it and think you've got it. No, the moment that you think you've got it is the moment that you've lost the game, because there's always something new to learn, always something to improve. What a ripper. Get on it, because this is how you feel. I'm not afraid to get up here. I'm not afraid to get in front of the camera and be who I am now. And there's some things that are going to change, as I said, with the channel. The ante is going to go up again, a bit like we just discussed. And it's going to be a wild ride. Or it is a wild ride. I'm about to make it more wild. Get on and tone it back a bit. I hope that everything's going well in your world. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hanging out some more in the future. Be good.